Long have we watched from afar. Despite the varying strands of fate that hamper our farsight, we will not be mistaken. And now our gaze has fallen on Octarius and the heated battles that take place on the world of Cyrex. Although we care not for the loss of Xeno life, we must not be complacent to a future threat. I have foreseen an eventual win by the hated Ork, if we do not intervene. Gorgut's Wog proved successful against a tyrannid swarm. Eventually, the Orks may extinguish the hive's tendril enough to seek other warfare. If that be the case, the dreaded Wog could come close to craft world Voland. We cannot let that happen. My lord, but will not our intervention show our location? No. But even if that were the case, we will be long gone before they know or are even aware. Best to let the eventual winner retaliate against the nearby humans. Bring forth the supplicant. His transformed spirit will lead our brothers and sisters into battle. Okay, well actually this is a special game. This is an Eldar Intervention on the world of Cyrex. As described in the prologue, we basically have an Eldar force, a small strike force coming in just to play some havoc, try to diminish the Orks so that the ongoing war of Ork and Tyrannid can continue. And this is what we have set up. It's actually an annihilation game. We set up just 9.5 inches, 12 inches off of the edges, and the Eldar are going first. Greendawnify did not steal initiative. And why don't you go ahead and say what's in your army?
I have 112 boys.
112 Ork boys.
2 squads of 9. You got some guys in there. Got some knobs with a war boss. 2 squads. And 10 Ludas and 9 Ludas. Squad of 10 and squad of 9.
Okay, on my side, I actually have a Farseer, an Avatar, 5 Fire Dragons, 10 Banshees, 10 Dire Avengers, one's an Exarch, 5 Dire Avengers in this fortress, a Wraith Lord, another Wraith Lord, a Wave Serpent, Falcon, and a Wave Serpent. And we'll come back after the first turn. Okay, end of Eldar turn 1. I went ahead and boosted 24 inches for my Wave Serpent. Boosted 24 inches for my Wave Serpent. That has a Farseer in there. He actually gave guide to this guy before he moved. They were located over here. This guy, he was too far away to doom anyone, so he just did guide. This guy just shifted a bit, shot his pulse laser at the Ork battle truck there. He was able to have 2 penetrations, and because of the guide, and then he actually penetrated with 2 5s, and there was 1 6, 1 3, and the force field was not able to. He didn't make his force field save, so he exploded. 6 Orks, no, 12 Orks were hurt. 6 from this, 6 from that. 2 actual Orks died outside from the explosion, and 8 guys died inside from the explosion. In addition, in my shooting phase, the Wraith Lords were able to do something. They did not roll 1, so they were able to move and shoot. They shot their scatter lasers, 36 inches, both of them. 8 shots at this group of Orks, and I think like 3 Orks died. So, end of Eldar turn 1. and we'll be back with Ork turn 1. We just allowed him to push these guys up because it was pretty crowded amongst those 3 mobs now, so that'll be his movement phase for the for the first turn. We'll be back.
End of my turn 2. Already was not a very good setup in the very beginning, so I was already at a bad position. But I just moved my guys around, ran all of them, shot my looters at the truck, or not the truck, but the wave serpent, both of them, and only made it to where I can't shoot. I split off the big mech from the squad of 12 Ork boys into the truck, and that's all I did going into Eldar turn 2.
Eldar turn 2, Avatar came in reserve. These guys here were able to, one was not able to do anything. He did shoot at the truck that was there. He did penetrate a couple times, but Greendawnify was able to make his force field saves. This, however, the Falcon shot and was able to destroy it, missed his saves. One Ork died in the explosion. I think 2, 3, no one died here because he had invulnerable saves of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I guess that's what he has. Over here, I moved up my guys here, popped out my Dire Avengers. They blade stormed into here, killed 11 guys. Over there, my other wave serpent shot at those Ork boys and made it so that they lost an additional 4 guys. That's about it.
Turn 2, real reports. I moved my guys, ran. I called a wog because these guys didn't seem like they were going to get into range, so I called the wog. They got in on a 6, ran 6 and assaulted. Also multi-assaulted the wave serpent with the power claw, and before the hit I wrecked it, and then I killed all of the Dire Avengers and I consolidated up. Here everyone just ran and shot. Luta's not doing good. Another round once again, and going into Eldar turn 3.
With Eldar turn 3, Dire Avengers moved into position, shot these Ork boys, killed 3 of them. Wraith Lords moved up, shot their scatter lasers and star cannons. Both of them shot at the Ork boys. Somehow he managed to get 2 different saves, even though they went through his armor.
Feel no pain save and invulnerable save. Made a lot of them over
AP3s went through their armor, but these guys shot with AP1 weapons. He still got saves.
Got invulnerable saves.
And over here, these Banshees, doomed and guided. I doomed the Ork boys, guided the Banshees. They went ahead and took out the Ork boys. These guys, they went ahead and shot at these guys. Wailing Doom made a hit, AP1 weapon. These guys charged. There was a Wraith Lord and the Avatar. They charged, had 7 monstrous creature power weapon wounds, and he got 5 saves or something.
I made all my vulnerable saves. It was insane amount of this 5.
That's the end of turn. Yeah, right. That's the end of Eldar turn 3. Be back.
End of Orks turn 3. Moved up all my guys in this kind of motion. Finished up the assault with the Avatar. Cleaved through one of my guys. One guy took a wound too. Was able to get into assault with only 2 guys into the Wraith Lord. Didn't do anything to them. Just gonna stay there and assault. These guys consolidated 4 inches up. And I just let you know that's not Gaskell Throttle, that's just a normal war boss. That's one of these. And now going into Eldar's turn 4.
End of Eldar turn 4. Dire Avengers shot at this group of knobs and Painboy. I was able to actually take out 2 wounds, I believe. These fire dragons were able to take out another 2 wounds, and I think this took out 1. All in all, a lot of shooting at these boys, including the pulse laser and the cannon, and I think they took out 3. There's only 4 left. I don't know how many, but they took out at least 6 wounds, I'm guessing, but a lot. As far as the other movement, I forgot to say that this guy moved over here trying to get a cover save there. Those Banshees actually moved and ran into this Wave Serpent, and then the Wave Serpent ran over here. Banshees did not get out, so that's the end of... Oh, and in this phase of assault, the Wraith Lord killed one Ork boy. The Orks did no damage to the Wraith Lord. So that's the end of turn 4.
End of Ork turn 4. Move my guys up. Move my guys up here. Finish up the assault, but I was able to kill him with an Ork and the knob and everyone. Assault the vehicle, wasn't able to miss all my attacks against it since it moved 12 inches. And so now going into Eldar turn 5. Be back to you for that.
Okay, end of Eldar turn 5. Dire Avengers shot down at these guys, killed one guy. This Falcon moved from over here 12 inches to here. This Wave Serpent swiveled. These Fire Dragons moved up here. These 3 objects, groups, shot at all of the Gaskell guys, I guess 4 guys with 2 wounds each. They actually killed them in shooting phase. So I charged my Banshees against this group of 30 boys. Probably not the best thing to do, but did win combat. Took out 15 guys and lost 9 of my Banshees. And that's actually the end of my turn 5.
End of my turn 5. Moved these guys up, ran them. Finished off the assault here and consolidated. Moved those 12 boys who took out the Wraith Lord, moved them over and assaulted the Wave Serpent. It didn't move, so I got automatic hits and was able to just wreck it. Then I consolidated forward. We just took it off the board. It would have been a nuisance, so then we moved forward. And that's it. Now we're in a roll since it's the end of turn 5. 1 or 2 the game ends. 4. Game doesn't end. Going into Eldar turn 6.
End of Eldar turn 6. In movement phase, I moved this Falcon from there to there 12 inches. My Fire Dragon jumped inside. My Avatar, or my Farseer, was surrounded, so he couldn't move. These guys, Dire Avengers, dropped down. Double shot into that group of like 5 or 6 Orks. They were doomed, guided. Dire Avengers were guided. The Ork boys were doomed. Killed everyone with the help of the Farseer, who threw his singing spear. But the knob had 1 wound left. He made it, and so he had 1 wound. Then I went ahead and decided to charge the Dire Avengers, and the Farseer able to kill him. These guys consolidated back up 6 inches to that area, and that's the end of it. End of Eldar turn 6.
End of my turn. Turn 6. We're gonna roll after this, but just moved up all my guys. Aludas were able to shoot down all of the Dire Avengers and the Farseer. Both squads shooting at different things, and I wasn't able to assault. I wasn't in range to assault the Falcon. So now both will ender. Would you like to roll? See if the game ends. The game ends on a 3. We'll count up kill points and back to you with that. Alright, so 1 squad of the 30 squad of boys, the boys inside of the battle wagon. The battle wagon is 3 truck, would be 4. Not War Boss 5, and then the Squad of Knobs 6. Full Ender.
Wraith Lord 2, this guy 3, that guy 4, Avatar 5, Avenger 6, Avenger 7, Farseer 8, Banshees 9.
Alright. And now we're going to do something different that we don't usually do. We're going to do, say, our least favorite man, or MVP, or LVP, and our favorite moment of the game. First, I'll go first, since Volan has to go do something. My favorite, my MVP, were probably the War Boss with his knobs. They looked very dashing when they came out. This guy, he is an ogre, but he was my Wog banner, and this guy was my pain boy. And then mine, this normal knobs with Power Claw, and my War Boss. Probably my MVP. My least valuable player, but this squad of 30 boys, they didn't even shoot or assault anything. They just kept on moving and running. At the end of the game, they just touched the building. And I really messed up because I was thinking about just trying to capitalize on this side so I could just stay away from you, but then I just moved forward. If I would have just deployed all along this, I just would have just moved forward.
The funny thing about this is we were complaining or arguing about if this was a quadrant setup or a full line setup, and you decided to put into the quadrant, did you not?
Yeah.
Like a quadrant setup. But anyway, I set up as a quadrant as well.
So, what was your MVP and LVP and favorite moment? Oh, my favorite moment, I'm sorry. My favorite moment was... when I first got into assault with my big 30 Mamba boys into those Dire Avengers, because I haven't done that in a while. 30 boys. Alright, so now...
Well, let me talk about... I don't know, did you mention the invulnerable saves?
Yeah.
Okay, that
was also nice.
Just to set it up, it was a Wraith Lord and an Avatar charging in, and in the first round they scored like 9 Power Claw type hits, and somehow he made all of them.
Made all invulnerable saves, all 5 and 6s. It was crazy.
Or maybe it was 7 the first round.
It was, yeah, it was 7.
Yeah, he was 4 and 3. It had to be 7. So, and then in the second round, he actually made 4 more Power Claw hits.
2, it was 2.
And then, yeah, and 2 of them, and then you saved, or he had 4 and you saved 2. So in that first 2 rounds of assault, there was the possibility of killing 11 wounds against you, but you made 9 of them. So that was just ridiculous. So that was pretty depressing for me. I guess the favorite part of this was, again, that whole group of, I don't know, knobs and, you know, Gaskell Draka and Pain Boys and Power Boys and superhuman creatures that were just killing my Avatar, my Wraith Lords, marching forward. My favorite part was just gunning them down. The Dire Avengers shot at them, the Fire Dragon shot at them, and even with all of their, you know, invulnerable saves, they just died.
Yeah, I rolled really bad.
You know, that was just very happy. That was a point that I was kind of happy about. But my favorite part of the game, and I said that the best part of the game was this group of like 12 boys that basically I was trying to kill to get they had whittled down to maybe 6 or 7, and they were coming to like threaten all my people, and I just double shot at them with my Dire Avengers, doomed and guided them with my Farseer, and basically shot them all up, and he had 1 save, 1 wound left, and I was just depressed because I didn't get a kill point, but then I charged him and killed him, and was just happy in that, because I sort of knew that I'd lost so much already, but that was my favorite moment. My favorite group in the game was... Gosh, I mean, this is the only guy that survived. Is it about the guys that survived?
Well, most valuable player.
Most valuable player? I guess the Farseer still, because of the Doom and Guide abilities. You know, he did stand up to all of the attacks until the end when he was shot by 30 shots from the Buddhas over there.
And also, just to make a point, a very different thing that we've been playing a while is that my battle wagon and my truck were both destroyed. So my big mech had to walk out. It's like the second time he's had to walk around.
But he actually joined 3 different groups.
Yeah,
somehow.
I changed. I kept on jumping out of different groups. Well, I jumped out of he was with the knobs, and he jumped into that group. That's all. It's the only thing that he did. And so, who is your least valuable player?
Least valuable player. Well, my least valuable player were the Dire Vendors. They actually blade stormed and took down a 30 mob group down to 13. So that's really good. But then when those guys charged them, I actually lost combat. I was running back, and all I would have been able to run back, which I kind of wanted to lose combat to run back and then jump into a ship that was over here later. But then I just lost my initiative run by rolling really bad. And so that reason, it was really bad. I didn't like those guys at all. They were really the first guys to die outside of my wave circle. But just too much Greendawnify, just roll. It was just too much
Green Dawn, move forward. But yeah, alright. So that is the end of our game. Eldar Intervention.
But Eldar Intervention, he knows what's going on. You go back, survive, and hopefully live to tell the tale. And get out alive.
Yeah. Now we're gonna go into battles for my last turn. I'm gonna do 2 attacks in the Apocalypse game of Orks versus Tyranid.